Okay, so welcome to the 12 Days of Yoga class. I'm so happy that you are here to celebrate this holiday time. So I just wanted to go through what you can expect in this 12 Days of Yoga class. What we will be doing is kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas song. The first half, so we'll go from 12 movements down to one. That'll be more of a movement experience. And then the second half is going to be more of breath work experience. And I'll teach you through the entire thing and we'll have fun. Hope you have maybe you have your ugly Christmas sweater on. If you're anything like me, you're in a full Christmas onesie, wicked excited for the holiday and really just excited for a day off, to be honest. So, and to eat all the Christmas cookies. So we'll get started together. And tonight what you may need is a blanket for Shavasana, and we'll roll that up. Or if you have a block, one or two handy, have those close to your mat. And if you want to play any Christmas music in the back, go ahead. All right, just put your eggnog on the side and wait till after class, and then we can do that. All righty. So we're going to start actually seated tonight. So go ahead and find yourself in a seated, comfortable position. So I always like to prop myself up on a block because of my tight hips. It tends to allow me to be a little bit more comfortable for a little bit longer. So as you guys have experienced before in class, we come together to just start our centering. So let's allow our hands to fall down on our laps and let's just close our eyes and start to center in here. And the first thing to do is just simply notice. Notice how you are in this moment right now. Maybe let out a few sighs. You can wiggle and shake as you start to settle in. Notice the breath. Notice the emotions. Notice the energy. And notice everything that this time is bringing to your life, whether it's calm, relaxation, craziness, overwhelm. Maybe you feel like you're missing your family because we are a little bit restricted this year. I shouldn't say a little bit, a lot of it restricted this year. So just kind of sit with that for a moment. And maybe you just think of one or two things that you are grateful for this holiday season. Something that brings you joy, peace. Yeah, bring a little smile to your face. And we'll start our practice with 12 centering breaths. So you'd like to breathe in through your nose and out of the mouth, or in through the nose, out of the nose. That's your practice tonight. This is a healing experience and you choose. So I'm going to close my mouth and breathe in and out of my nose. And that's one. We'll start together and I'll just count. There's really no rush here. Take as long, deep breaths and nice exhales. If you want to exhale and sigh out anything that you're holding on to, continue the breath. And at the same time, just softening in the hips and the jaw and the shoulders. You can turn on your Ujjayi breath. So light constriction of the back of the throat with the mouth closed. Kind of sounds like ocean waves. We're halfway there. 3 more, and make these 3 last centering breaths the deepest you can. And the longest exhales. Last exhale here. Good. Now let's come over to all fours as we start to open up our hips. So now we're going to do 11 hip circles. So we have to do them both ways. So tuck your feet under if that's more comfortable for you, or the tops of the feet onto the mat. If your feet cramp a little bit, you can change that up, okay? So your hands are flush with the mat. Feel nice and strong in those shoulders, and then bring the butt back towards the heels. Good, and around and up for 1. Exhale on your way back. And just notice what feels really good here for your hips. So if you want to widen the knees, go ahead and do that. If you want to get a little bit forward with the heart, go ahead and do that. You want to lengthen the arms out and bring back all the way kind of into like a child's pose. Do that. So again, just really healing yourself, feeling what's good in the body. Two more on this direction. Yeah, and the next time your heart's up around your hands, you're just gonna reverse the direction. Good. So you don't want to go super fast here. Slowing it down. Creating movement in the wrists as well as the hands stay flush to the mat. You're still creating these little circles so the wrists can open up. You might feel it in the shoulders, in the groin, the outside of the hip. And then if you lost your breath, just reconnect. Four more. Last one here. Good. Then coming back to neutral, we're going to tuck our toes and come up to downward facing dog. So press the hands into the mat, hips come up and back. Now you can just pedal out the legs here before we start. See how that feels. Keep your knees bent if you need to. We're going to do 10 heel presses. So this is completely up to you. If you want to do one at a time, so you would do 5 each side, you can, but we're going to link the breath. Or you can come all the way up on the tippy toes and then press the heels down for 1. Good. 9 more, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Good. We're on 6. Keep going. 8. 2 more. Feel the strength in the shoulders.
Last one. Get really high in the tippy toes if you can. Exhale, heel press. Good. Come forward and lower the knees down. Now just to neutralize the spine just a little bit, take a cat-cow. Take about 2 rounds here. So inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine. One more round. Good. And then you're going to come all the way down to lay onto your belly. Now we're going to go into cobra. So we have 9 flowing cobras here. A couple different options with cobra. You can do a sphinx if your lower back isn't feeling great tonight. So you would bring your elbows in line with your shoulders and move them in so they're nice and close to your rib cage. If you want to do cobra, you bring your hands underneath the shoulders. If you want to do up dog, feel free to take that as well. Now, when you do cobra, when you practice cobra, your legs are going to be long and the tops of the feet are on the mat. You're going to squeeze your butt cheeks because that prepares and also will give a little bit more support to the lower back. And as you rise up, you inhale. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale. Release the head back down for 1. Good. Follow the breath. Inhale. 2. Good. 3. 4. And as you get a little bit more warmed up, you can press into the hands and raise the heart up just a little bit more. 4 more. Keep breathing. Last one. Good job. All right. Now we're going to go into some core work. Come back up to all fours. We're going to go into a plank. Now, it's your option whether you'd like to do knees down plank or a full plank, okay? So if you're going to do knees down plank, you're in all fours, and I'd like you to take your handprints about a handprint forward, and you're going to lean a little bit forward so you feel those shoulders turn on. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together and lift up, and then tuck your tailbone under so you have this plank variation. And for plank, we're going to stay here for 8 breaths, okay? If you want to take a full plank, you're going to press off the hands, legs go back, and we stay together here. Squeeze the navel. Let's breathe. And you can always come down if you need it. Halfway there. The rest will feel so good. Last one. Great work. Come on down to all fours. Awesome job. Shake out those hands. Shake out the wrists. Maybe the shoulders. You just made room for more Christmas cookies. Okay, we're gonna come up to stand. I'm gonna face you. You can face the top edge of the mat or the long edge of the mat for this one. We're gonna go into chair. So it's gonna be kind of like a flowing chair. If you're not familiar with chair, I'll go through it with you after I catch my breath from plank. So
the feet are hip width distance apart, okay? You can also, there's other variations of chair where you can place your feet together as well. So just kind of move around with it and see what feels best for you. I'm gonna take the hip width distance because I like to stack my joints. All right, so we're gonna raise our arms up and at the same time, exhale, into a chair. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the hands. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do it. Now you can flow as one. I'll show you again. As you inhale, bend the knees, raise the arms into chair. Exhales to stand, okay? So 7 of these, ready? Inhale for 1, into chair. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, 3 more. You can take a different variation if you like. See how that feels different in your body. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Last one, let's hold it for a little bit. Maybe 7 seconds. Squeeze the thighs together if your feet are together. Good, exhale, come on up. Beautiful work. Moving on to 6 lunges. So a couple different variations you can do for lunges. We'll start at the top edge of the mat. You can have your knee down or your knee up for a lunge. So how we will do this, I'll show you first, then we'll do it together. You can place your hands on your hips or your hands in front of your heart. You will step back front first with the right into a lunge. And then if you'd like, you can lower your knee down, okay? Or you can stay elevated. So the whole movement is step back, knee down, knee up. That's 1. And then step forward for the finish. So we have 6 of those on each side, okay? So get in your position, don't roll your eyes. This is really good for your buns. All right, hands wherever you would like, overhead, heart center on the hips for a little bit better balance. And we'll step the right foot back, inhale. Exhale, lower the right knee. Inhale, raise the right knee. Exhale, step forward. That's 1. Go to the left side. If you'd like to stay on the same side, you can. Step the left back. Inhale. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, raise. Exhale, step. So that's 1 round. Inhale, right leg goes back. Exhale, release the right knee down. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale. Inhale, left, back. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale to step together. That's 2. We got 4 more. Inhale, right back. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, step together. Inhale, left back. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, knee up. Step together. Halfway. Inhale, right back. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, right up. Together. Inhale, left back. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, up. Exhale, together. Whew. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Together. Inhale, left back. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Together.
Last round, here we go. Inhale, right back. Exhale down. Empty the breath. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, forward. Last one, left back. Left knee down. Left knee up. Step together. Good, wiggle those legs out. Whew. Great job. We are on 5. So come to the long edge of the mat. We're gonna move into goddess squat. So with goddess squat, you want your legs a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, and you're gonna point your toes towards the corners of the long edge of the mat. Like I said before we started, I am sweating by this time. So for goddess squat, I'll show you first. It is a wide-legged squat, so when you lower yourself down, go as far as you comfortably can, and your knees are gonna come out. You don't want them caving in like this. So you're gonna push your knees out and then come into your squat, okay? So for our goddess squat, what you'd like to do with your hands is completely up to you. If you wanna have them up overhead and then down. So it would look like this. Inhale to squat, exhale. It just tends to get the breath going with the movement. So that's how I will be doing it. And we have 5 together because we are goddesses. Let's go. Inhale, squat, arms up. Exhale, straighten, arms down. Inhale, squat, arms up. Exhale. 3 more. You got this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Good. Great job. So now you're going to take your toes and move them so they're pointing the long edge of the mat. We're going to move into warrior 2. We're going to go from left to right side. We have 4 on each side. So we'll start with the right leg. Your right toes are going to come out to reach towards the top edge of the mat. So point towards the top edge of the mat. And you're going to bend that right knee into your warrior 2. Arms can come up. Take a breath. Good. This is how it feels. On your next inhale, raise the arms up, straighten the leg, pivot the foot forward to the long edge of the mat. Left leg goes out. And then you bend into warrior 2 the other way. Good. Inhale, come up. All right. We're going to do that 4 times, so 2 on each side. You ready? All right, let's do this. Let's start with the right. So the right foot goes out. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, settle into the pose. Good. And let's start. Inhale, arms come up. Pivot the foot. Left foot goes towards the back edge of the mat. Exhale, warrior 2. Good, that's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then come back up. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Good. And just bring your feet in a little bit as we take a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to do 3 of these. So you almost want to feel a little pigeon-toed here. You're going to really get the IT band in the outside of the calves. So from here, we're just going to flow. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, heart forward, hinge from the hips. Forward folds. Good. Hands to hit the mat, empty the brain. Bend the knees. Come on up to rise. All the way up, arms up overhead. Right back down, exhale. Come up to rise, inhale. Arms up overhead, exhale. Whew. Good. Maybe shake the head yes or no here. And then come on up to rise. Awesome work. Step the feet together. We have 2 tree poses, one on the right side, one on the left side. So you want to stand with the strength of the left leg, and you can feel how your balance is tonight. So come onto the toes. Good. And then raise that right knee up and then out. Good. Now plant that bottom of the foot wherever you feel is good for you. And we'll pause here together for 2 big breaths. If you want to stay longer, you can. Great job. Knee comes forward and down. Let's go the other side. Lift the left up, left leg comes out, and pop that foot wherever you'd like. Find your balance, find your focus point, and breathe for 2. Inhale, exhale. Good. Release the arms down. Release the leg down. And we arrived at 1 Tadasana, 1 mountain pose. We have completed the move portion. Now, take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes, and just exhale it out. And notice any changes. Notice what happened in your body from this practice. And we're going to move on to the restorative portion of this practice. Now, in usual Lindsay fashion, I'm probably going to run over my 30 minutes. So if you need to leave at any time, it is about the half-hour mark now. Please feel free to do that. What I would encourage if you need to leave before our restorative portion is just to take a 2-minute Shavasana. We will get there together, but if you do have to leave, I completely understand. But I think you're gonna really like this part of the restorative, especially after you just did such a great job in the movement. So how the restorative portion is going to work is we are going to concentrate on breathing. So every number is how many breaths we're going to take in the pose, okay? So the first pose is child's pose. So you're going to come down into child's pose. Now, if you have a bolster or blanket, any way that you want to really make this comfortable for you, we're going to be here for 12 breaths, okay? So knees are wide apart, big toes can touch, and you can come down to place your forehead onto the mat, all right? If you want to place your hands by the sides or maybe pop a block underneath your forehead, go ahead and do that. But get really nice and comfy and cozy as we breathe together. I'm not going to count out the breaths for the restorative portion, but I will tell you when we reach halfway and when we are going to go into the next pose, okay? So let's start together to restore now in child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. And just softening, emptying out the thoughts into the mat or into the block. 4 more breaths. We're almost there. Great job. Bring your hands right underneath the shoulders and slowly pop yourself back up. We're going to come down onto the mat to lay onto our bellies as we move into frog pose. So many of us may sleep like this. So you can always bring a blanket underneath your head, make a pillow with your hands. I'm just going to look towards the screen, and legs are out nice and long. And then you're going to take your left knee up to a 90 degree and press that pelvis down into the mat. And then the right leg is just going to go nice and long. You can rock it back and forth if you need to massage that thigh at all. That might help a little bit. It may hurt as well. So just do whatever is really nice and restorative here. We're here for 11 breaths on this side. Good. And then when you're ready to switch to the other side, just lengthen that left leg and take the right leg up. You can switch the head to face in the opposite direction. And breathe. I'm just preparing to move here. Coming back. Great work. And then we're going to come to lay onto our backs for some twists. So just pull your knees into your chest for a minute and rock from left to right. Good. And then the feet are going to hit the mat. You're going to pick your hips up and come over to the right hip and allow the knees to fall together to the right side. The arm can go out to the side or up into a cactus. And we'll breathe here for 10 breaths. Five on each side. Good, so prepare to move to the other side. Good, feet come back under you and then pop your hips up and come over to the left. 5 breaths here. Good, coming back. Awesome work. We're gonna come up to sit. So rolling over to your left or right side and come up to sit. We're gonna go to the forward fold. So I always like to pop myself up on a blanket. It helps my tight hamstrings and hips. So the toes are facing up towards the ceiling. You can always place a block or a bolster here. Inhale, raise the arm up, the arms up. Exhale, heart towards the toes. And then allow your head to fall. So we'll be here for 9 breaths. I'm trying to open that whole back neck. Breathe into that space. Let the jaw hang. Good. Preparing to move. Come on up. Good job. And so here you're going to either grab your block or I'm going to use my blanket and you're going to roll your blanket up really nice and tight. Like a big old Christmas jelly roll. My mom makes pumpkin roll for Christmas and it's so good and I won't be getting it this year. But anyway, nobody's bitter about that. So we'll go ahead and lay back onto the roll and you want the roll to come right underneath your shoulder blades. Okay? So this is gonna pop the heart up and allow your head to fall back. Now, if it's too much, you have to be very careful with your neck here. You can always pop a block underneath. So see what feels good. This is restorative fish pose, and we'll be here for 8 breaths. Good, and just preparing to move. Awesome job. I'm gonna roll over to your right side and just release that roll and come onto your back. Now you can have the roll close to you or a block close to you. We're gonna move into restorative bridge. So your feet are gonna be on the floor and you're gonna pop your hips up. And then take that roll or the block and put it right underneath the sacrum. Tuck the shoulder blades under just a bit. Maybe the hands come to the belly or out nice and wide. We'll be here for 7 breaths. Good, just preparing to move. Pick the hips up, release the block or the roll, and come on down. And bring the knees into the chest and reach through for your happy baby. You can rock from side to side or stay in stillness. Grab the outside of the toes, or you can always grab the big toes. It's up to you. We're here for 6 breaths. And on your next exhale, bringing the legs back together, giving yourself a hug, and then releasing the feet down to the mat. Okay, we'll move on to figure 4. So a restorative pigeon-like pose. So bring the right knee in, and then you're gonna stack the top of the left thigh. Sorry, I'm so relaxed I'm forgetting the body parts. With the right ankle. Now you can stay here if you wish, or pick your leg up and thread your hands through so you feel that pigeon experience. I know Marilyn loves pigeon. So you'll feel the outside of the right hip open up. And you can always pop your left foot on a wall here. And let's just breathe 5 breaths here. Soften in the hips. Good. Release that left leg down and we'll switch. So the right leg comes down to the mat. Pull the left leg in. Pop the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Feel the difference in the two. And then pull that right knee in. Whew. Three more breaths. Good job. Release that right leg down. Good. And coming into bound angle. So bottoms of the feet are going to touch. Let the knees go out wide. You can bring your hands to your belly, or perhaps one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. 4 breaths. Good. And then here we'll just center our breathing, center ourselves before we move into our 2-minute Shavasana. So whatever that is for you, if you want to move a little bit, but take 3 breaths wherever you are. If you need to take another pose tonight, this is completely up to you, or just pause. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Great work. And then come on down into your Shavasana. If you'd like to cover with a blanket or pop a bolster under your knees, feel free to do that, but completely let go here. Sink into the pose. Let the mind go. Let the breath go. Let the body become heavy. No more control of the breath. Soften the face, the space between the eyelids, space between the eyebrows. I'm just starting to deepen the breath. Allowing the breath to reawaken you. Bringing you back into the room, onto your mat. And then just begin to wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Maybe re-wet the mouth, move the jaw. And keep your eyes closed here. And when you're ready, you're going to roll over to your right side. And pause. And then with your bottom hand pressing up as we rise up for our final one, namaste together. So bringing your hands to heart center and bowing your head to your heart. In gratitude for showing up on the mat to give your self-care through yoga. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you love and light and a happy holiday. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you are live or whether you are watching this in a recording. I really want to wish you the happiest and merriest holiday. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. As you've experienced, this practice went over 30 minutes, true Lindsay fashion, but you can always pause and do the first part and then always do the second part after. So completely up to you. I hope you really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Never did I think I would be on camera in a Christmas onesie, but thank you so much. And I will hang around for any questions. I'm going to stop the recording. So thanks